Suzanne is here, Felicia, and Veronica. Awesome. We'll give everybody a few minutes and we will get started. Because the new Unfranchise owner training is usually like a 2 or 3 hour in-class training. So we're kind of going to zoom through it pretty quickly because it's already like 9 o'clock here, 10 o'clock on the East Coast where Suzanne is. So that's what we'll do is we'll get through it as quickly as possible. Can everybody hear me okay? Can you just type in the chat box if you can hear me? Felicia says, yes, awesome. Good seeing you on Saturday at the local, girl. I'm sorry, our picture didn't turn out with that pink light. I was looking for you afterwards so we could take a different one. You get out of there pretty quickly, though. There's Michelle. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Cassandra just got on. Yes, you did. Of course, girl. I ain't knocking you. Yes, you showed up. Yeah, they were awesome. They were absolute. I knew they would be awesome. And David and Stacy in October are going to be very good as well. So let me see what time it is, and we'll get ready to get going. It's 9:01. We'll see if we get Christine on. Oh, Christine is here. So I got Cassandra, Christine, Felicia, Michelle, Suzanne, and Veronica. I think that's probably all we'll end up with. So just going to minimize this and we will get going. So new Unfranchise owner training. I thought it was really important to go through this because everybody needs to understand their requirements and making sure that we meet them, because when we don't, that ends up meaning you have to requalify your business. So new Unfranchise owner training, we're going to go through it quickly tonight. Like I said, this is normally, I believe, like a 3 or 4 hour in classroom training, but it's late and it's a Monday, so we want to hit on some key things. So I want to put this disclaimer out there right away. This does in no way, shape, or form replace taking the training in person. And one of the things you're going to find out is that taking the training multiple times is really important as well. Okay, there we go. All right, so disclaimer, we have to say that the income levels mentioned in the following presentation are for illustration purposes only. The success of any Market America Unfranchise owner will depend on the amount of hard work, talent, and dedication which he or she devotes to building his or her Market America business. In other words, you can fail, but typically when people fail, it is their own fault, not that of anyone else. Okay, so you're going to hear people throw a lot of acronyms out there. I try not to speak in acronyms, but I have been in the business world since I was 18 years old. I can't even do the math anymore and tell you how long that is. I guess I had Tarina when I was 18, so 24 years. And every single business I've ever been involved in has a butt ton of acronyms. So take a screenshot. Know that this presentation is also available on unfranchisetraining.com under business fundamentals. But this is why we encourage going to the training more than once to really get to know the business and know what you're talking about. That was one of the things that really impressed me about the business when I first saw the plan, was the fact that there were 3 required trainings, making sure that people know what they're talking about. From a compliance standpoint with the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, training is one of the things that they definitely look at to make sure that a company is in good standing and compliance in our industry. And so not only is it good for us from that standpoint and being able to make sure that our paychecks are financially secure, but it just also is a really good business practice to make sure that people know what they're talking about. So some of the common acronyms you will hear are UFO, Unfranchise Owner. I never use PC, Preferred Customer, but BV is business volume. We will get into a detailed definition of what that means. Internet business volume is IBV. BDC is Business Development Center. IBDC is Internet Business Development Center, and MPCP is Management Performance Compensation Plan, and SABP is Shopping Annuity Bonus Program, and UFVP is Unfranchise Virtual Partner. UFMS is Unfranchise Management System. We'll get exactly into what that means. People are starting to transition over to GMTSS from NMTSS, which is the Global Meeting, Training, and Seminar System. And a NUOT, New Unfranchise Owner Training. B5 is Basic 5. They were saying this on Saturday. Do the Basic 5 and you'll stay alive, guys. It's so true. So we'll be going through that training probably next week. ECCT, Executive Coordinator Certification Training. Again, that's making sure that leaders in the company know what they're talking about. HBP is Home Business Presentation, and UBP is Unfranchised Business Presentation, meaning it is on the GMTSS system, Global Meeting, Training, and Seminar System. So I know I went through that really fast. Take a screenshot. They will be coming up throughout this presentation as well. Okay, so like I mentioned before, there are 3 required trainings. You can always see Shane Krangel's presentation of this at hauteschocolats.tumblr.com/requirements. I never register anyone without sending them that link and then kind of quizzing them to make sure that they watched it. And then it also is covered in the business presentation as well. So New Unfranchise Owner Training is exactly what we're doing right now, going over terminology and requirements. Basic 5 are the fundamentals of building an unfranchised business, and Executive Coordinator Certification, or ECCT, is in-depth knowledge of terminology and requirements, in-depth knowledge of policy and procedures. Okay, I do not have access to that. I am working toward being able to do that. Now, these classes are all available in a classroom setting, and I do recommend going not only to see them frequently, but seeing them presented by different people. Both NUOT and B5 are available in your back office. However, I still think you need to see them in person. Like I said, this in no way, shape, or form, taking them in your back office in no way, shape, or form replaces going and sitting and seeing it live and seeing what other people's reactions and questions are. It's so important to do that. And it is part of building your team. As you will see with this presentation, it is about taking your prospective business partners, new business partners, and going with them and building event to event and taking people and going through the training with them. And that is a way to grow your team. Invite people to trainings and meetings and you will grow your team. Okay, so it's about continuing education. Again, I have 24 years of sales and marketing experience. I have been licensed as a Series 6 and 63 financial services representative, licensed in health, accident, automobile, property, and casualty insurance, and they all have continuing education requirements. So therefore, I am a firm believer. And we all, in our first accountability group, read the book by Eric Worre, Go Pro, Becoming a Network Marketing Professional. Any profession has continuing education. Real estate, dentistry, doctor, chiropractor. There are always going to be continuing education requirements because, one, bad people do things and break the law. And so people have to keep up to date with a new law, new policy, and procedure. And it also just helps you stay up to date with terminology, changes in technology, and the industry. Okay, so should these trainings be repeated? Absolutely. Ongoing training is critical for your success. When should they be repeated? As often as possible. Attend with your new team members at least quarterly, as recommended by the Master UFO, Master Unfranchised Owner program, which if you complete that quarterly, I believe they say in 10 quarters you are definitely on your way, if not already a director, which means you are earning in excess of, I believe, $18,000 a month with the company. So attend this training quarterly in exchange for $18,000 a month in income, which is, a good chunk of change. You're definitely delving into a portion of what the average American household makes in a year. So it goes back to that question of what would you do? What would change for you if suddenly your annual income became your monthly income? And I would gladly take this training in exchange to be able to answer that question. Well, here's what I did, not what I would do. Are there other suggested trainings? There are university-specific trainings. I'm a motives trainer, locals, districts, regionals, and major events. You have to constantly be filling yourself. You have to constantly be recharging yourself to be successful, not only in this business, but in this industry and in life overall. Because we just live in a world where, you know how it is, there's a lot of negativity. Tickets are education. Tickets are education. Now, we don't want to buy tickets just to buy tickets. We want to buy tickets with the intention of selling those tickets, and buying tickets to put yourself in a situation where you are uncomfortable, meaning you got to get that money back right away, is definitely a way to grow the business very fast. Tom and Brandy Holden were here locally on Saturday, and that is one of the things they discussed. Tom was able to create a 6-figure income within 6 months because at one point he bought like 75 tickets to a local. That's a lot of money, right? So tickets are education, and education is what's going to grow your business because they're hearing it from someone else. One of your biggest struggles in your business is going to be not the makeup, not the supplements, but the business itself, and getting your friends and family to understand it. And part of that is going to be they are not going to see you as having the credibility and the authority. And until you develop that, you're going to have to borrow that credibility and authority from others in the organization, not only myself, but other people like Jim and Lisa Winkler, Tom and Brandy Holden, Tom Dombro, you know, Carl Eklund, Ryan Stack, all these people out there, and getting your prospects in front of those people, the Elizabeth Webbers, is going to help them see the plan from almost an I won't say an undiscerning eye, but with a eyes wide open mentality versus being more skeptical because it's you presenting the information. And so that's one thing you will see with me a lot. That is my style. Is I like to just point people to tools and resources. I don't like to be the center of attention. I like to put the attention elsewhere, the focus elsewhere. I will get out there and I will do live videos and do the education piece and that, but especially as I am building, I send out a lot of videos and I just do a lot of follow-up. I just talked about it on my live video for Fall Lips, where I explained that I don't really make skincare recommendations. What I do is I recommend taking the skincare analysis, a dynamic tool, and I allow the tool to come up with the recommendation, and I follow up to answer questions and provide more information to make an educated buying decision. If you take that standpoint that all you're trying to do is help people get the facts and make an educated buying decision, whether it is product or the business, you will be very successful in this business, okay? So let's talk about funding overhead expenses, because one of the things I'm big on is using other people's money. Using other people's money to fund your business. That is what the wealthiest people in the world do. Politics aside, that's what a Donald Trump does. That's what Bill Gates does. That's what an Oprah does. Everybody is using other people's money, and Oprah is to the point where she's got so much money, other people are using her money, but she is getting her return on that. So how do you use other people's money? Well, you create a customer base. That's what we refer to as base 10, 7 strong. You want to get 10 customers ordering from you on a regular and consistent basis. The fastest way to do that, this is what I did in my business, is I held weekly health and wellness presentations. Yes, I did makeup, but my first regular buying customers were put on auto ship for daily essentials. And the best way to do that is in the home. Yes, I built my business now currently on social media, but that was after I exhausted my organic market. So in this example, it was 10 customers ordering $50 monthly for $500 in revenue and $150 gross profit each month. So an example is the Optimal Wellness Kit with a suggested retail price of $56.95 and profit of $15. So if you have 10 people who buy that from you on a regular and consistent basis, in this example, each month, that's $150 to cover your initial business expenses by way of your monthly auto ship. The other way is to fund it with money that you are already spending in your household anyway on items that you would be buying anyway. And that is the shopping annuity. So what is it? That is a question directly from the Getting Started Guide, being able to answer what is it. This is a usual and customary canned response. It is a global product brokerage and internet marketing company that created the shopping annuity. Now that's new. I've never seen that before. 2013 Torch Award winner for trust, performance, and integrity with the Better Business Bureau of North Carolina, and an overall rating of A+ with the Better Business Bureau, headquartered out of Greensboro, North Carolina. I don't know why I almost said New Mexico. We're fully operating in 9 countries with 7 emerging market countries and servicing over 200 companies through globalshop.com. Guys, there's nothing more amazing than waking up like I did yesterday with an order from Dubai. I have never been to Dubai. I would love to go to Dubai. It is definitely on my bucket list of places that I would like to go, but I have several customers out of Dubai. I have customers out of the UK, Spain, Monaco, places I've never even been, but it's all because of our global websites and our global presence, okay? All right, so we are a product brokerage company. Now, what does that mean exactly? It means we have hundreds of exclusive products and services. However, we don't manufacture any of them. We do not rely solely on the sale of any one product or service, which I think is a huge, 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 huge competitive advantage for us. We do not manufacture anything, nor are we just a weight loss coffee company. We are not just a mascara company. We have access to 17 multi-billion-dollar markets, okay? The product, but one of the things with internet marketing is, what are people buying? Where's there a lot of demand that you can get in front of and make money? Well, the company does that part for us as an internet product brokerage company. And so we have access to multi-billion-dollar markets like cosmetics, like health and wellness, like web centers, like children's nutrition. So we identify the latest market-driven products. And that is one of the biggest challenges in business, is being able to figure out timing of trends. We don't have to do that. The company is very astute at figuring that out, and exactly what products and negotiating the price. And that eliminates the burden of manufacturing for us. So as soon as a product is no longer trending, we no longer sell it, and we're not stuck figuring out how to reconfigure the lines in the manufacturing facility and what to do with all the inventory. That's not our problem. We move on, okay? We are an internet marketing company, so we have thousands of partner stores on our shop.com portal and hundreds of exclusive products, and there's no cost to register as a preferred customer. So what we do is one-to-one marketing and social shopping. So I'm going to give you an example that many of you probably can relate to. Just this past Tuesday, our new color correction quads were released. This was a highly anticipated product. I'm really not sure why, because I do see it more of as a makeup artist product and not necessarily one that the average everyday person should even purchase. But if you want to market it, you go right ahead. I'm going to teach you how to do that from a one-to-one marketing standpoint. So there are 2 PDF downloads for that product in the back office. One just tells you what each color is for. So as an internet marketer who is pretty astute and trained on internet marketing, here is what I would do. Now, I'm not talking about the foolishness that you see people who don't know what they're doing online. I'm talking about someone with 24 years of sales and marketing experience at Fortune 500 companies who gets orders from Dubai and the United Kingdom and Canada in her sleep, okay? So here's what I would do. I would not just give that PDF out nilly-willy. What you do is you leverage that on a one-to-one basis. Are you interested in color correcting? Do you have dark under eye circles that still peek through after you've applied your concealer? Then you'd be a good candidate for color correcting. Hey, I have this guy that kind of helps you understand it, because I know it's a confusing topic for a lot of people. I can give you that guide. I can email it to you. So all I need is a few pieces of information, and I'll get that emailed out to you. Okay, so what I just did is I leveraged that as what is called a lead magnet. Now, I do those kinds of things on an automatic basis. I'm teaching you to do it on a one-to-one basis. Both are duplicatable. One is more easy for people to duplicate. And then when you get tired of doing it on that one-to-one basis, then you come back to me and I teach you how to do it on an automated basis. But this idea that it's not duplicatable is not true. Most people are just too lazy to do it. So the reality is you just listen socially on social media for people who are complaining about different things, and then you present the solution in their inbox after establishing the rapport, and you deliver. So it's like a quid pro quo. You want this tool, I need your information. By the way, I want you to understand that information is exactly what you need to register them as a preferred customer. I have 634 customers in my back office. I've only been in business 3.5 years. That's over 200 registered customers per year. Only the first 100 of them did I manually enter. All the rest were done using this process right here, either sending them to the skincare analysis, Nutri-Physical, or the Get the Look library. You can also use PDFs like this as a way to get people's information and register them in your back office. Well, Tamara, why do I want to do that? So that you can follow up with them. Okay, you want multiple points of contact information in order to be able to follow up with them. And that's why I never have a problem getting my Form 1000 completed. That's why I never have a problem generating BV in my business. That's why I never have a problem with my auto ship every month, because I can at any point switch my BV and divert it so that other people's money are paying for my auto ship, because my number one focus is, am I collecting leads? Okay, so you use that PDF to collect a lead. That lead is another term for a registered preferred customer. Okay, so they're a preferred customer, they're not a paying customer yet. So in that status of being a preferred customer, they are a lead. You want to be able to continually follow up with that lead and build a relationship so that they know, like, trust, and remember you. And then when they buy the color correction quad, it comes with the second PDF that breaks it down not only by quad, but by depth of skin tone. And so it gives them the instructions of how to do it. Now, they can't get that at Amazon, they can't get that at Sephora, and they can't get that at Ulta. The only place that they can get that is you as an internet product broker and UFO, unfranchise owner. So I just said a lot. I'm going to watch for questions in the chat, and then we will keep going. Any questions? Oh, excuse me. Bueller. All right, don't seem to see any questions. So it provides the power of social media and online shopping, combines high tech with high touch. Everything I just explained to you, I've done it. I'm not talking theory. I'm talking what I've done. It's high tech, high touch. Okay, to give you a little bit of my background, it's what I did and how I led my team and how we were top performers in banking, increasing our deposits by helping people with direct deposit. Instead of letting them walk out with a direct deposit form, we got on the phone, called the HR department, asked them for the form, they faxed it to us, we filled it out, sent it back with the routing number and the account number all attached, faxed it back, and we got our direct deposit. So leave nothing to chance in your business. If there's one thing I want you to understand, leave nothing to chance. You need to be registering your customer and filling their cart, and they can add or subtract from there. Okay, but if you fill that cart, you have like at least a 75% chance that they are going to buy. Now, they're not going to buy from you when you want them to, but they are going to buy at some point if you keep following up. And that's the entire purpose of not just making a post with the coupon code on your social media post. You then are, I got to make sure I say this the right way, because y'all know sometimes I'm politically incorrect. So you want that quid pro quo, that one-to-one marketing, and that does not exist when you're treating it like it is a billboard. Okay, because you have no way to follow up. You don't know who engaged with it. The only way to do that is to keep track in a notebook and by who you registered as a preferred customer. And so any of this stuff, do not just put it on your stats on Facebook and other social media until you have developed an audience of thousands. Okay, like I have, like Carrie Robert Smith has out of California. You know, you'll see people who own salons do it. They can do it because they have a list. Until you get your list of at least your first 100 customers, you definitely should not be doing that. I have over 634 and you don't see me do it. You only see me do it in my group. Number one, because what I do is what you guys are going to duplicate. And number two, I just don't like that's just not the way that I do business, okay? So it offers the ability to reach millions of customers, okay? So another quick story, someone reached out to me last night about the post I made about my customer in Dubai, and they wanted to really believe that I was gonna give them the name of my customer, because out of all the 1.7 billion people on Facebook and all the whatever the population is in Dubai, they seem to think that the one person they talked to in Dubai that one time and blocked them, probably because they didn't know what they were doing on social media, that decided to block them and buy from me, and that just is not the case. There's 1.7 billion people on Facebook. You should never run out of leads. You should never run out of leads. The only way people run out of leads is because they stop opening their mouth, or they scare everybody off by putting up coupon codes and just giving everything away. You've got to be strategic. We've got to put on our business owner and think like a business owner, okay? So the other thing that you're doing is you're matching people to products and products to people. That is why I go live and I give away a lot of educational value, and I try to be entertaining with my video to help people identify themselves and raise their hand and let me know what it is that they need me to help them get matched to, okay? It happened last week. Somebody in my group, I've got over 1,600 people in there. Hey, I saw that video you did about the lash primer. Can you help me with that? Oh yeah, here's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I got 634 customers in my back office. Here's what I did. I said, I will go ahead and get everything set up for you. I just need a few pieces of information from you. Okay, I didn't just say, here's the link, go buy, because that's like letting that direct deposit form walk out of the bank. I leave nothing to chance, okay? Someone has a question. Do you think that is a good idea to let a PC sample facial product knowing they have not taken the skincare analysis? To get that sample product from me, they would have to take the skincare analysis. Yeah, I can get you a sample, but to know what sample I need to get to you, I need you to take the skincare analysis, because I can't be responsible for you getting something that's going to break you out or that you may have an allergic reaction to. So if you could take that skincare analysis for me, I'd be more than happy to get you a sample. The only exception to that is if I were doing a skincare clinic, or what I love to do is a spa party. Have brunch, invite people over, and let them play with skincare that way. But before they leave that day, they're registering on my website. Does that help, Felicia? Does that answer your question? We good? She is a regular but lazy. You know what? Some of my best customers are lazy, but if I make a couple hundred BV off of them a year, it was worth it to me. Okay. I will ask them the skincare analysis questions as I go if they don't complete it on their own. Yes, I have done the skincare analysis by phone as well. But again, if you recall the video that I did a while back, what I talked about was I register them. I treat it like a medical appointment. They need to register before the appointment. Right? You can't just show up at a doctor's office without giving them some basic information. And if you haven't been there ever, if you haven't been there in 6 months or a year, you've got to refill out a lot of paperwork so they can keep everything up to date on you. And you've got to it's all part of being a professional. That's your posturing. I need that thing to come back because I saw it. There it is. Okay, so shoppingannuity.com or download the app. What is a traditional annuity? You must have discretionary income to make Fixed sum payments which fund your annuity. With a shopping annuity, you are redirecting money you're already spending to shop.com. You create your fixed sum payment to fund your shopping annuity. So Market America is always in the news. Let's talk about business tools and websites. There's the Unfranchise Virtual Partner. You can download that, and you can also access that through the back office. There's flip charts, product catalogs. The About MA is available in your back office. I love that document. The home shopping list. I definitely recommend that. I actually have some here. I just saw them. And the annual report, okay? Shop.com, your site name, and you can see, you can get to the shopping advisor and all these other things there, as well as unfranchise.com and see your cashback account. And you log in. It's one of the first things you do. So it is the what is unfranchise.com? It is the UFO only website that provides all of the tools necessary to measure, monitor, adjust, and control your business. Account information, company contact information, customer data, product ordering, management reports, forms, marketing tools, help and training, and much more are found in the unfranchised business account. You use either your rep ID or email and password are required to log into the website. So your rep ID, you will get an email immediately after you register your business. And in there will be your rep ID. Write that down, keep it in your phone or somewhere that you keep important documents like your social security number. You can also call unfranchised services as well to get your rep ID. You might be able to get it in the genealogy report. I can't remember, but it is not the same as your distributor ID. And that is what is confusing. Okay. So once you get it, write it down. Because a lot of things used to be, you actually had to use that. Now you can use that or your email to log in. Unfranchised mobile. I find that you can use that definitely for signing up, ordering, and accessing reports, but not everything is there. So I do like to use the desktop version. Be sure to enter this information on your phone, like I just talked about, unfranchise ID, rep ID, and login information, and personal PCshop.com login information. So the Getting Started Guide. Okay, so another story time. I started my business on April 12th, 2013. It was my brother's birthday. My best friend and I, Tamisha, who is sometimes a business partner, we drove down to Racine and had tacos at my parents' house and came back and launched my business. That day when I registered my business, I bought 3 tickets to the international convention that August, and I bought a ticket to the regional convention, which was the following week. The following week, my sponsor picked me up, and she had also picked up another lady who she had just registered, and we were all rooming together in Madison for the regional convention. We went to the first night of the convention, and then went to the next morning, that Saturday morning. Around 11 o'clock, my sponsor, very red in the face, I don't know what was going on, having some sort of attack. She got up, she walked out, told us we could keep the room, didn't have to worry about it. She was just going to pay for it, but she was out. My sponsor quit. I'm still here 3.5 years later. How did that happen? The Getting Started Guide and GoNowResources.com. The business is that duplicatable. Nobody can take credit for Tamara. And I don't say that to brag or to boast, but to impress upon you. Eric Worre talks about it in his book. And he has, where is it? Right here. It says, if you are committed to building a large and successful organization, I'd like to encourage you to do something important. I'd like you to say goodbye to your upline. Call them up and say something like, I want to thank you for this opportunity. I appreciate it. Getting into business for myself was important, and I appreciate you introducing me to a company that you believe in and that I now believe in as well. But from now on, when it comes to building my business, I will use you as a resource, but never an excuse. I may call on you from time to time. If you're available, that's great. If you're not, that's okay too. I'm going to build my business, and I understand one thing. It begins and ends with me. I say that because I need you to understand that. At the end of the day, this is your business, okay? At the end of the day, whether you start a blog or not, that's for you to decide. What that blog is about, that's for you to decide, right? The success of your business is only one person's responsibility, and that is yours, right? I talk to a lot of people in the business. So when I tell stories, it's not always, and chances are most of the time, it's not about even something that I encountered with someone on our team. But I talk to a lot of people and they have a lot of excuses for why they don't attend their team meetings, why they don't attend conventions, why they don't attend trainings, why they don't show the plan. And it's always everybody else's fault. But when you take responsibility for your business is when you will be successful. Like Felicia said, I might have got out of there early, but I showed up. You're absolutely right. You showed up. And that's why I wanted a picture with her, because she showed up. Showing up is 9/10 of the battle, okay? But it all begins and ends with you. And so my sponsor got up and quit. But the one thing, and you might have to excuse my French here, but I was like, I'll be damned if I leave. I'll get home. I'll figure it out. Because that's where I was. I was fed up. And when you get to that point where you're going to make it, regardless of what your sponsor does or does not do, is when you will be successful. When you want it as bad as you want to breathe, you will be successful. Yes. Okay. So one of the things I love about the Getting Started Guide is it is a blueprint. The business is that duplicatable. If you go through, and that's what I did. I literally opened it up and started filling it out and doing what it said to do. And here I am 3.5 years later. Okay. So I will commit to this 12-month proven business plan. And I honestly suggest I should have seen this before I even registered my business, okay? Because you want people to know what they're registering for. 12 months. If you're not willing to give me 12 months, I'm not registering you. If you're not willing to do a names list, I'm not registering you. Because you know what? I had to do that in corporate. I had to drag people. They would hate me until they got paid. Then I was the greatest thing on earth until I pushed them to get to the next level and get paid more. I'm not doing that here. I'm not. I absolutely refuse to do that. Number one, I'm 42 years old. I ain't got time for that. Number two, I'm just not interested in doing that. I'm not interested in dragging people through the business, right? I love people where they're at. That is the most beautiful thing about this business is you don't have to drag people. So if they're not willing to do these things, don't be afraid to bring it up and get it out of the way. It's the worst thing you can do for your business is be afraid to ask them, are you willing to commit 12 months? Because then you're going to waste 12 months. And probably, like most people, including myself, did, you're trying to drag them through the business. Instead of being like, okay, I'll see you over there. You do your thing. I'm just going to go over here and find some more people. Right? And so the worst thing you can do is not bring this up front and get it out of the way. Either you're going to do it or you ain't. And if you ain't, I don't even want to waste your time or mine. When you're ready, you'll let me know. And that's what you do, okay? So commit to 8 to 15 hours per week to complete the tasks and activities outlined in this plan. Purchase tickets to the next scheduled global meeting, training, and seminar system event, local seminar, district conference, regional conference, world conference, or international convention. Implement the shopping annuity and convert spending into earning. Visit shoppingannuity.com to complete the shopping annuity assessment and become a shopping annuity member. To complete what they now call Chairman's Challenge and like Motive's Challenge, people need to be completing these things. Well, have them do that before they even register their business is what I found works. Get it done before they even register the business. Do it as part of the evaluating the business process, or what JR refers to as the trial run. Complete the shopping annuity advisor on unfranchise.com. Review the UFO master program and become a master UFO member. Review the shopping annuity bonus program and become a shopping annuity master member, and listen to a minimum of 2 audios each week using the Unfranchise Media app. What is the Master UFO program? It is a structured system of success for independent unfranchised owners, and you can get that under download, support materials, and general business building and training in your back office. The Basic 5 Diagnostic Efficiency Assessment is a comprehensive assessment of how well you and your sales organization are implementing the fundamental business practices, also found in the same place as the Master UFO program. Okay, so here's some screenshots. The Unfranchise Media app. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. When people don't show up, and I pay attention to who comes to this on Monday, I'm not even gonna lie. When they don't show up and they ask me all kinds of questions all week long, I ain't got time for that. I don't, right? I just don't have time for that. And I love more of that. You know, when people complain and they don't know stuff, but they're not listening to audio, I ain't got time for that. I am not going to be the tool. The company has provided all of these tools for us. We have to use them. It goes back to what I said here on page 29 of GoPro. It all begins and ends with me. It's called taking initiative. It's called removing excuses. Okay? Do the Basic 5, you'll stay alive. Part of the Basic 5 is attitude knowledge. And the only way to do that is in between the ears. So when people are doing other things and they're listening to the top 20 and top 10 on the radio, but they're not listening to audio, I don't have time to help them. Okay? So I'm going to give you something that's going to help you build leaders in your team, because it's all about duplication. When people ask questions, don't answer them. Send them to a tool to find the answer themselves, because it goes back to teaching a man to fish versus feeding him. You know, if you feed him, he'll eat for a day, but if you teach him to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime, right? My sponsor quitting on me, I have no animosity at all. It was the best thing that could have happened in my business, right? Because I had no choice. But it's not really my personality to be like, oh, I need you to do this. I was doing those things. I'd done more in the first week than most people done in their first year of business, but that just was how bad I wanted it. And so you got to listen to Unfranchise Media app. I don't know what the top songs are on the radio. I watch very few TV shows, just enough so that I can be part of the social conversation. And I don't really watch them when they're live. I watch them on Apple TV. Okay. Top leaders in this company, Brandy and Tom talked about it on Saturday. They had an internet marketing company, but didn't have internet. She started going into it. She didn't have cable, but like me, she doesn't have 200 and some channels, because the number one channel I watch is the Market America channel on YouTube. That and learning how to get better at makeup. Almost everything I do, every interaction that I have with media is related to my business or personal development, books, audio, and video. Because we all have the same 24 hours a day. And that is how you create efficiency in your business. Instead of listening to, V100 or whatever your radio station is in the morning on your commute to work, listen to an audio. Listen to an audio on the treadmill at the gym, out on your walk. And you know what I love to do? I have the stuff playing while I'm asleep. It plays in my sleep, and I learn through osmosis. I swear it works. So you can use filters, you can download, you can mark things. You're unfranchised. Know all of your websites, so you can set them up. There's video out there, and it actually is in this presentation as well. But there's all those websites, the shop.com app, Shop Local. And there's more. I mean, there's an abundant, and I understand that it's overwhelming. So when I point people back to stuff, it's not because I'm being a jerk. It's not only because I'm teaching you to fish, but also because I do know that it's overwhelming, and sometimes people forget. I totally understand that. But here's where the information is. You got to be hunting for it. You got to want to know it and look for it. And I never have a problem helping someone who's trying to help themselves. So key terms and definitions. All right. So there are 5 steps to establishing your unfranchised business. You need to know those like you know your social security number. Okay, so I definitely recommend learning them, writing them down using flashcards, however it is that you learn, and mastering what those 5 steps are, because that is your first segue into being able to show the plan, right? The faster you can show the plan yourself, the faster and bigger your team is going to grow, okay? I was showing the plan on my own very quickly in the business because I was not going to be waiting for somebody to do things with. Now, you do want to always include another person. I do a lot of it by way of tool, where they will see the plan by Jim Winkler or someone else and not just me before registering. But you want to be able to show the plan as quickly as possible. And I mean really show the plan, not only using the flip charts, but being able to draw it out. Okay, so step 1 is the same. There's 2 tracks. There's sales representative and unfranchised owner. As a sales representative, there's no subscription fee. There's no shop.com website. I don't know how you own an internet marketing business without a website, but hey, buy product at unfranchised cost and earn retail profit, cannot participate in the management performance compensation plan, and earn commissions, which means you have no leverage. It's a job, okay? And you still have quarterly requirements. The other way is unfranchised owner. You pay the subscription fee of $129.95. You get your shop.com website and all those other websites. You get to buy product at unfranchised cost, buy low, sell high, sell it at gross retail profit, participate in the MPCP, and earn commissions and create leverage and have quarterly requirements, okay? So let's talk about this. You will never see me promote the sales representative option. And when people start asking me about it, it is not my intention to persuade or dissuade them, but to give them the facts. Why do you want to start this business? What is it that you want this business to do? Where do you see this business in 5 years? Because here's the honest to God's truth. And I got 9 of you on here. I want you to raise your hand in the chat if you've seen a 6-figure earner walk across the stage who's a sales rep. I'll wait. Have you seen a 6-figure earner walk across the stage as a sales rep? You haven't, because it's a job. Do you know how much volume would be required for a person to move to create enough retail profit? Because that's really the only source of income from the plan when you're a sales rep is retail profit, because you're not able to earn commissions. So you've got to be moving a butt ton of product in order to make that work. So instead, you're better off having that person be a professional, like a makeup artist, like with the professional makeup artist program, or a health practitioner, or an affiliate. I've done some affiliates lately because there's no leverage. It's a slow climb. It's a job, okay? So that's where you got to be in tune with who it is you have in front of you and know who you're talking to and what is it that they want to achieve. Because if you want to get out of your full-time job, this is basically you're just creating another full-time job, okay? So some people will let people start a sales rep and then they change. Here's the bottom line. I don't, because it messes up your BV. It messes up your BV because their BV is going to drop off of your sales reports every single month. And so you might think you're about to cut a check and you're not, because you just lost their volume. So that's why I don't mess around with that. I don't do it. You know, I've never had yet to say to somebody, I don't work with sales reps, but yeah, I really don't. Now, you might end up with sales reps on your team, and I'm going to explain how that happens. So you might register them as a distributor, but people play around with the requirements and they think that there's a float when there is not. So the end of your quarter is a Friday. If you wait until after the cutoff time to do your requirements, it will count for the next quarter. And I've seen it happen to multiple people thinking that there's a float. No. When the system says you need to have it done by 7 p.m., Eastern Standard Time on that Friday, you need to have it done by Eastern Standard Time. Otherwise, as of Saturday, you are a sales rep and your volume is going to purge each and every month. And the only way to stop it is to requalify your business with another 200 BV, which is like another $400. Okay. And I'm going to show you how that works in just a few minutes. So, all right. So number one is to apply. You get 3 business development centers. You place your business in the Market America, your place of business in the Market America computer system. And because remember, we searched to infinity. It's identified by your unique unfranchised ID, which is 9 digits, followed by a 3-digit extension. In this example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 001. And your BV and IBV banks are located there. So those open up, and we'll talk about that in a second. So there's sponsorship and there's placement. So I'm going to give you an example. I sponsored Miko. When Tanisha restarted her business, I placed Tanisha at the bottom of that leg, which is the common leg I had in common with my sponsor, which is a left leg, VOO2. So I can place volume in the business development centers of those people I personally sponsor. So Miko, Michelle, Lisa, not Cassandra, Shauna, Veronica, Suzanne. I can place volume into you, okay? I cannot place volume into Christine. I cannot place volume into Liz. How I place volume into everybody, my number one strategy for placing volume is building in depth. Because every time I sponsor somebody with a Fast Start Kit, that's 300 BV that flows up to you. That is something so unique about our business plan. That BV flows up as I go on my recruiting frenzies, and everybody wins. You can't cash it out, though, until you get your person on your left and right. So I encourage you to do that as quickly as possible. Right? I just sent a message to Michelle the other day and said, hey, after this week, I'm putting all my volume into a certain leg of hers so that we can cross 5,000 and 5,000 together. She gets paid and I earn a $600 bonus. That's really what I started the business for, was that $600 bonus. You can't do that in other businesses. You can't do that. I can't do that for you if you are not part of the MPCP, which means you've got to do your monthly requirements, guys. You can't play around with those. The minute you think you might not be able to do it, instead of ducking and dodging me, you need to be on the phone with me. Because if there's anybody who can figure out how to make it happen, it's me. But I shouldn't have to be looking under rocks for you. Because I'm here to help. I'm not trying to judge you. I understand that life happens. But it's not fair to the rest of the team when all their volume purges because you're not handling your business and you're treating me like a bill collector when I'm trying to find you and help you get it done. Because you can use customer orders to get it done. There's a lot of ways to get it done, but you've got to be on top of it and let me know the minute it's going to happen that you might not be able to do it so we can figure it out. Because sometimes we have more wiggle room than others. But if it's the end of the quarter, we got to figure it out and we got to get it done so you don't lose your volume. Number one, I don't want you to have to spend another $400. On BV, that is not going to be commission eligible because I'm going to show you that in a second. Okay, and it also means when you sponsor someone, you're responsible for managing, supervising, training, and motivating within their organization. Now, placement. That's location of a business development center in the Market America genealogy, also referred to as linkage. It's specified on the application by the new unfranchised owner sponsor. So Suzanne, I just sponsored her, and the leg that I put her on, the last person in there was Veronica. So Suzanne was placed under Veronica. Everybody between Suzanne and I get 300 BV, including Suzanne and me. Everybody gets that 300 because she was placed in depth. She was placed underneath Veronica. So let's pause and look for questions and comments and concerns. Okay. A business development center may only be placed on the left or right side of another business development center where no BDC currently exists. It has to be open placement. We only build 2 legs at a time. Sponsorship versus placement. Here's an example. In this case, Miko. I personally sponsored Miko, Michelle, and let's say Tanisha is personally sponsored by you. His placement, although Tanisha is personally sponsored by you instead of Matt, her placement is on the left side of my Business Development Center 002, okay? So like here, so say this is Michelle, because there's actually people between both Miko and I and Michelle. They just are ghosts, okay? So Michelle here, and I just came down over here. There's actually many more people here, and then you get down to Veronica, and then I placed Suzanne there, okay? So that's sponsorship versus placement. I work with all of you, but I can't place my volume and help you get paid if I did not personally sponsor you or you're not meeting the monthly requirements. Common leg is your first personally sponsored UFO placement strategy. So, like I said, my sponsor, say this is me here, this is my sponsor, I was on her left leg. The very first person I sponsored went on my left leg. And I put a few people there before I went on my inside leg, okay? If you are placed on the left, then your 002 is your common leg. So if you are in Miko's genealogy, you are on my common leg. You are on the leg where, so here's another example. I did not sponsor Kazoo, but she was placed under Tanisha's original Business Development Center, okay? And so my common leg is huge because of Kazoo. My money leg, my inside leg, is where I am building furiously, okay? I still obviously sponsor people and put them over on the common leg, okay? So if you were placed on the right, so Michelle, Lisa, Shauna, Chanel, Veronica, Belinda, Suzanne, you are all, your common leg with me is the right. So the 003 right is your common leg, okay? Questions, everybody understand where they are? If another UFO has already been placed in your organization, then your new personally sponsored UFO should be placed at the bottom of that leg, okay? Registration, there are two options to register. I always do Partner Now. Partner Now if you use the sign-up wizard, they automatically go at the bottom of whatever leg you're saying you want them on. Partner Now, you can kind of use leverage, I'll call it, right? So for example, when Miko sponsored Liz, Miko was in a master's class at Concordia. I sent the link to Liz and I was able to place Liz on Miko's behalf and still have Miko be her sponsor by putting in Miko's Unfranchise owner ID. Okay, so I always use Partner Now. The only time I use Sign Up Wizard is in case of like Tanisha, who had a business development center and was more than 270 days out. So we had to use Sign Up Wizard to place her. Okay, so I always recommend doing it in person on screen share, Skype, and phone, and not letting people do it on their own. Okay, so here's just how it looks. You've all been through it. Again, you can find this and go through it. I hope we get through all of this tonight. It's already 10 o'clock. So let your person know that they will be getting an email and to set up their Unfranchise account, okay? So the Fast Start program, $399 plus tax. Each kit includes the $129.95 subscription, 300 BV, and free shipping. Your subscription includes, all right, so Veronica did this. She did a video and she went through all of the product that came in her kit. Anybody new to the business, I recommend doing that same thing. But you also want to say what else comes with it, like your website, your back office, excuse me, the audio, the coaching and mentoring. So you can take a screenshot of this because you're going to want to mention these things also in that video. If your business is not new, I still recommend regularly going over what's in the kit with a sense of urgency of why you want to do it. You want to join now because the holidays are coming and you want to be ahead of it. You don't want to, I'll take you whenever you want to join. But if you are looking for money during the holidays, the time is to join now. By the way, here's what you get. Okay. And you treat it like I call it like the Oprah video. And you get a website, and you get this website, and you get this website, and you get this, and you get this, and you get this. That's what you want to make it look like, so people are dying to start. Okay. PayPal credit, it is based on credit approval. I've not personally used it. Get your new business partner through setting up guide your business partner through setting it up. There is a Motives Foundation series that I've given people to do it. I know they don't watch the videos, so please don't come asking me a bunch of questions if you're not taking the training. I can only help those who help themselves. Okay. I know it's a lot, but it's also something that you can have playing in the background while you're doing other stuff. I do it all the time. And you just keep, like, 1 week, it might just be one video that you constantly have on in the background. And you'll be amazed at how much you pick up. But again, if it is to be, it is up to me. Okay, so there's tutorial videos, and there's how you get to it. More about the videos, just showing where you go. All right, using social media to welcome new business partners to the team and getting them started on the path to success. I'm going to be honest with you. If you haven't recruited anybody, then you need to be sharing when I post it that there's a new team member, and that's why I tag you. If you're not going to share it, then you need to let it on your timeline. Again, it's borrowing the credibility and authority. You may not personally be doing it, but people don't need to know that. All they need to know is that you're on a team that's growing. That's why I work so hard to recruit. That's why I work so hard to have success. Number one, so that you'll believe that it's possible. Number two, so that your people see that you are part of something bigger than yourself that's working and successful, and that they should want to be a part of it too, right? I don't know why in Market America, compared to some of these garbage companies I see out there, and they're all sharing each other's video and success. I don't know why we're so afraid that if I share Tamira's video, she's going to steal my customer. Because there's 1.7 billion people on Facebook. I'm not interested in stealing anybody's customers. I don't have to. Do you know that I've recruited like 10 people this year, and not one of them did I ask to join my team? They all recruited me. If they're really your people and you're really providing value and you really care about them, I'm just the messenger. They're still going to come to you. So we got to be sharing this stuff. We're not going to create the momentum online. We should have had 30 people on our team right now, but it's because we're not sharing this stuff. We've got to share it. Somebody's got a question. Come on. No, I don't want that. There you go. Yeah, you should. If it's on my personal timeline, my timeline is always public. Yeah, you can share it. But when you share it, what you want to do is you want to make it your own. You want to say something to it. Never, ever just share something without putting your commentary on it. That's how you make sure that your people stay with you, right? You can create credibility and authority when you share it, all in what you say in the caption when you share it. I'm so glad to be a part of such an amazing and awesome team. We are experiencing such growth. Who's going to join me? I can't wait to get more of you on board. I'll be glad when you guys decide to join us. You got to talk like that. Yeah. Yeah, I thought we talked about that on a video before. Okay, so step 2 is to create BV. Business volume and internet business volume. So your business volume is your Market America brands. That's Motives, that's TLS, that's Isotonics, okay? IBV are the stores that you shop at every day before you ever even heard of Market America. Best Buy, The Gap, Macy's, Target, okay? So just remember that. Ways to create BV and IBV: personal use in shopping, customer sales in shopping, auto ship programs, and one-to-one marketing. Okay, the UFO, the shopping annuity begins with completing the UFO shopping annuity assessment. Step 1, the 4 steps to creating your shopping annuity. Create BV and IBV with our exclusive brands. Step 2, create IBV with Shop Direct and partner stores on shop.com. 3, duplication within your team. I really am proud of what we do with the shopping annuity. We definitely can be doing more, and we should be doing more. Okay, so let's talk about our kids, right? I remember when I started my business in that August, my youngest daughter was going into junior year of high school, and she already knew. It wasn't an option because I run my household. My kids never ran my household, right? So like Michelle did, her kids, they went in the store and then it came through the portal, but she knew it's coming through the shop.com portal. So sometimes we have to have conversations with our stakeholders, our children, our spouses, and explain to them why. Not just give a dictate, we're shopping it through the shop.com portal, but because when we do so, we are supporting our own business and funding that shopping annuity so that I can have the time freedom and the financial freedom. Maybe there's something in it for them, like a trip to Disney World or something else, but let them know, hey, by doing it this way, this is going to allow us to get this, okay? Create BV and IBV with customers. The Shopping Annuity Bonus Program, create an incentive. It creates an incentive for unfranchise owners to convert spending into earning and increases shop.com website traffic and sales. And it runs on a calendar quarter, the current quarter ending the end of this month and the fourth quarter. It's a great time. I plan to hit it in fourth quarter, and every one of you should as well. Okay. There's a report in your back office and it runs down everything for you. Exactly what you need to do and where you are, including how much bonus BV is in it for you. There's also the UFO business card. There's a consumer card. There's reports. You can look into that more, ask me about it if you have questions. There's videos and all that stuff. Okay. And there's a consumer card. I think they're coming out with a debit card. That's what I'm really interested in, is a debit card. If you give me a card that I can link up to iTransact and I can get my commissions on there and anything else that I want to have direct deposited on there, I will 100% hit the shopping annuity bonus pool. And I think most people would, and I do believe that is coming. All right, so let's talk about being a product of the product. It just makes absolute sense. It makes 100% absolute sense to be a product of the product, because you do have people that you know personally who visit your house and stuff like that. They need to see those products. They need to see you using those products. You need to be using them. So when people ask you, wow, Samira, your face looks so great, what do you use? I can tell them exactly what Market America skincare I use and what Modus products I use, right? When I, talk about blood sugar levels and things like that being down, I can point to different isotonics and TLS products for that. And the same is true for you. You need to be a product of the product. Number one, it creates BV. BV equals bonuses, okay? They said that on Saturday. BV equals cha-ching. I'm addicted to BV. I really don't like anything that doesn't have BV attached to it. I'm really not even into IBV. I'm trying to be, because I need to be to hit the shopping annuity bonus pool. But BV, man, I love me some BV. BV is big because that's where money comes from. BV converts to money, to commissions, okay? So you get it on our exclusive brands, use them. I don't know about sharing pages. We'll run past that real quick. This is a bad example of what to do. So on social media, do not make false claims or misleading claims. Less can be more. Don't try to diagnose people. I see way too much of that. Not our team. Oh my God, don't diagnose people. That's why I always say send them to the NutriPhysical or the skincare analysis. I don't diagnose people. I'm not a doctor. I would be a very bad doctor. I probably would be sued for malpractice if I was a doctor. Less can be more. Do not post too frequently. Maintain a balance between personal and business posts. Creating curiosity will lead people to ask questions to find out what you're posting about. Now, I'm not one that I gotta hide what I do either. Yeah, I do Modus. I mean, it's not hard to figure it out. Okay, so I'm not gonna say you got to go into the witness protection program about your business either. Be sure you're signed into the shop.com website when shopping. Search for our partner stores. Here's an example, raise.com. I just bought some Cheesecake Factory cards. I've been talking to customers. I saw some MAC Cosmetics cards on there. So yeah, I got people, they still like their Mac. Okay, you can buy it, but here's how you can get it and get it at a discount. There's like $100 card for like $90. Macy's. And here's, I want to point this out because like with Macy's, there's different reward programs at some of these other stores too. So they can be getting rewards multiple ways. And so that's what you kind of want to start teaching people too. So you can always check cashback activity. You can see your shopping trips, and it'll tell you what special conditions, your cashback activity, and you can click redeem and get your cashback direct deposited now. For more information about creating volume, basic 5 training, journal product training, unfranchise.meetup.com, really just meetup.com because that one doesn't exist anymore. Unfranchise training, stores and products. Okay, because I was looking for that last week. Product symposium, international and world conference, unfranchised costs and suggested retail price. Buy low and sell high and get high on your own supply. Just remember that. Buy low, sell high, get high on your own supply. Matter of fact, get high on your own supply, buy low and sell high. In that order. Be a product of the product. In the vernacular, get high on your own supply. Seriously. Now, I'm not saying go and get a garage full of makeup that you're never going to use or anything like that. But yeah, I got a lot of makeup because I love it. And I get on, and every time I do a live video, some BV is coming. Some retail profit is coming. Okay? So you can't sell what you don't have. Get high on your own supply, buy low and sell high. The unfranchised owners charge sales tax and a 2% administration fee based on suggested retail if the UFO does not have a sales tax ID on file with the company for the state the products are shipped to. That is how we protect our business in aggregate. The entire system is protected from somebody not doing what they're supposed to with the state taxing body that they're shipping product to. So that's why we have that in place. Plain and simple. To avoid Market America charging tax on an order exclusive products, the unfranchised owner must have the appropriate tax documentation on file with Market America for the state territory to which the product is being shipped. So if you're shipping in 50 states, you got to have a tax ID on file with 50 states. If the sales tax ID is on file, the UFO are completely responsible for collecting, remitting, and reporting their own sales tax for that state. I'm not interested in that. I'll be in jail. Market America sales tax agreement. This form must be sent to Market America along with a copy of your sales tax license certificate. It may be printed via unfranchised business account. Consult your tax accountant for further details or questions. Record keeping, keep track of your expenses and your income. On my blog, tamarahamilton.com, there is a post about the book, Lower Your Taxes Big Time. I recommend everybody buy that. And always consult your tax consultant. Step 3, qualify. You can qualify your business development center with 200 BV, which opens both your left and right BV and IBV banks. Once your business development center has been qualified with that 200 BV, it will begin to accumulate BV and IBV. Volume does not accumulate in BDCs that are not qualified. Your business is not qualified the Saturday after you did not meet your requirements by that Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so that is why your volume dissipates every month, because you're not part of the MPCP, which is the 12-month accrual, or what I like to refer to as the look back. So every month your volume is there and then it goes away. But you think you're fine because Tamara is building underneath you and you're seeing all this volume, but it ain't yours, boo. It's the volume of all the people that I place beneath you. So you will see your volume look like a little higher on Friday and it might look a little lower on Saturday, and you think you're fine, but you're not. Your volume is gone. When you go into your sales report, I'm gonna prove it to you. When you go into your sales reports and you pull up your sales volume report, you're gonna notice that it only goes back 2 or 3 weeks. It doesn't go back to when you actually started in March, April, May, February. That's because the volume is leaving every month. Okay? Qualification is only needed one time if requirements are maintained. Keep your requirements, because I'm not playing. I am on my way to a 6-figure income sooner rather than later. So I got a whole list of people that I'm following up with. Suzanne is the first. Y'all seen it. Y'all know how I do. There's more coming, right? Keep your requirements up. Once I hit the shopping annuity bonus pool, then I can place some BV into Christina, into Cassandra, into Felicia, into Liz. But you gotta be doing your monthly requirements. Come on, puppy, let me get to this chat. Here we go. Okay. Personal volume and group volume. All volume is personal volume. Personal buying volume, personal IBV, where it is placed and flows up as group volume. So here's how I like to think of it. My personal volume, my 150 BV that I'm required based on my PIN level every month, is me rendering unto Caesar what is Caesar's. I'm saying to Market America, to the MPCP, here's my 150 BV so that I can get a 12-month look back on all the BV of everybody beneath me. So on my common leg, not just the people that I personally sponsored and who they've sponsored in place, but anybody else that was placed beneath me. So Kazoo and her entire organization. I will gladly give you my 150 BV that I can't earn a commission on in exchange for all of that, because the sum of the whole is greater than the parts. You feel me? So I'd rather get all of that BV from all those people and be able to cut checks off of all of that than worry about that 150 BV, okay? So 200 BV placed in the 002 and 003 is personal volume in those business development centers and accrues as group BV. So anything I do over and above that 150, which sometimes is 300, 500 BV a month, because I'm a product of the product. I don't just do the minimum. Sometimes it's more than 500. And that BV is going toward my commission, and I can place it in other people in my team that I personally sponsored. PBV is used to qualify a business development center, 200 BV, and to exercise the monthly accrual option, typically unfranchised auto ship placed into your 001. PBV and personal IBV does not accrue towards commissions in the banks of the business development center which it was placed. And that is what keeps you active and allows you to get that 12-month look back. You want to know a hard life? Going back to zero every month is why I hated banking. Okay. I became a manager to not have to deal with it, but worse than that was going back to zero every year or when somebody quit. GBV is used to calculate commissions and bonuses. So just remember that. Start date, the date when an application is entered at Market America in an independent unfranchised business is created in the database used to determine your start month for your annual renewal. It is created the same as Q date for sales representatives and unqualified unfranchised owners. Your qualification date. An unfranchised owner's Q date is the Friday of the week in which the UFO initially became qualified. This is the date for which both monthly criteria and quarterly requirements are based. This date will never change as long as an unfranchised owner renews annually. Okay, so we're going to show you on a calendar here soon. So the quarter for unfranchised business owners based on the unfranchised owner's Q date, also called a 3Q date period. For unqualified UFOs and sales reps, it's based on the start date, also called a 3 start date period. They begin on a Saturday. Remember I said you'll see your volume change from Friday to Saturday. On Friday, you'll be a distributor, and on Saturday, you'll be a sales rep. This explains it, because it starts on a Saturday. The week starts on a Saturday. The quarter starts on a Saturday. It ends on a Friday. 3 months later, the week in which the Q date falls, the next quarter begins the following day, a Saturday. So I know we've been through this. So January 10th start date. January 13th is the Q date if they did a fast start kit. So that the end of their first month will be in February. So January 13th, 17th, 13th, that's month 2, the 16th, month 3 ends on the 13th. That's the end of the quarter. So you see that? This is all of month 1, then the Friday, the Friday, the Friday, the end of the quarter, okay? So it's showing their end of month. Next quarter starts on Saturday the 13th. That's the first Friday, the 13th. There's that Friday. There's the 13th. That's also the end of the quarter. Okay. So you see how it looks like it's 4 months here and it's 3 months here, because it's based on the Q date, which is always going to be the 13th. And then that following Friday is the end of the month. So you see that? So there's 3. So here it looks like there's 4, and here it looks like there's 3 months. That's the end of the quarter. August, there's the first week, 13th, the 14th, 13th. It stretches it to the 19th. That's the end of the quarter. The easiest way is to always go into my online forms, my account, online forms, and it will tell you on your form 1000 what the end of your quarter is. That's what I don't do a calendar. I just go there to find out when your quarter ends, or my quarter. Monthly accrual option, it's satisfied by the unfranchised auto ship. So auto ship is not required for some things, but it is required in order to get BV placed into you. It gives unfranchised owners the ability to continue to accrue volume month to month. So you maintain. There's 3 things you need to do. Number 1 is maintain a subscription to UFMS at $20 a month. It's the unfranchised management system with system management reports and tools. 2, place personal volume in their 001 each month to accrue GBV 365 days rolling. That's a 12-month look back. So if you are an unfranchised owner with no commission, it's 50 BV a month. Coordinator, it's $300. Who's earned their first $300 in commission, it's 100 BV. Once you've hit executive coordinator and higher, it never goes higher than 150 BV. So you've earned the $600 commission for clearing 5,000 and 5,000. Unfranchised owner, no IBV commission earned, 10 IBV. When you've earned your first $300 IBV commission, it goes to 20. And when you earn your $600 IBV commission for 5,000 and 5,000 IBV, it goes to 30 IBV each month. And IBV criteria does not increase with BV commissions. So it is actually a 2-year look back on IBV, because we understand as a company that it takes longer for that to accrue. Okay, so it's a year on BV, 2 years on IBV. The monthly accrual option for all personal BDCs is satisfied when the criteria are met in the 001. Maximum monthly BV criteria is 150. Maximum monthly IBV criteria is 30. 1 monthly UFMS subscription maintains both BV and IBV accrual. So you don't have to pay that $20 for each one. Unfranchised auto ship transfer buying defaults to the 3rd Q month initially. A standing order that is shipped monthly to satisfy the criteria of the monthly accrual option. Auto ship products are pre-selected with the Fast Start Kit. Purchased products can be changed if desired. Paid for by bank draft or credit card. Recommended 2 cards on file. Invoiced on Tuesday, 17 days prior to the end of the Friday of the monthly Q date period. Products can be changed as needed, no later than Friday at noon before the Tuesday that it invoices. Okay. Designed to satisfy BV and IBV and UFMS criteria, helps you maintain monthly accrual option, which allows volume to accrue month to month without interruption. So here's an example, Q date, and then that means it ships out on the 13th. Okay. So this was the end of the month. That's the Q date. That's the Friday, and 17th before 17th. So 17 days prior to the end of the Friday of the monthly Q date period. Okay. So the blue is the Q date. Red is the end of quarter of Q month. and then it shows when your auto ship invoices. The easiest way is to go under ordering products and auto ship, and it will tell you when it's going out. All this red, blue, and green, it's just easy to go in the system and let it tell you. Okay. Because this, honestly, I know they tried to make it simple, but it looks confusing. Just go there on the computer system and let it tell you. There's also that little widget on the first page of Unfranchise.com. It will also tell you. They're in blue, and it will also have red or green to let you know when the end of your quarter is. No auto ship in April. There were 2. So you see how it skipped April, and there were 2 in May. So pay attention to that. Again, always go to pay attention to that widget on the front page and go to ordering products and auto ship so that you can see. It will tell you not only the current month, but 2 months out, so you can plan for it and make sure that the money is there. See how there's no auto ship in September, but then there's probably, yep, 2 in October. So don't go changing the dates. Just if you run into trouble, you need to let me know. Add everything used monthly to your unfranchised auto ship order. Any amount over the monthly criteria based on your IBV BV level will be placed according to excess BV IBV placement settings. So if you have 56 BV on your order and you only need 50, you can tell the system where to place the additional 6. Accrual protection, insured transfer by writer will, if needed, automatically double or triple the BV or IBV items on the order when the monthly criteria increases after earning commissions to prevent a red flush. That's what happens when you don't hit the requirements and you purge. First quarter grace period, place 50 BV and 10 BV in your BDC by the end of your first quarter. 50 BV criterion is for the MPCP and 10 IBV. Subscribe to UFMS in the last month of the first quarter. Correctly enrolling in unfranchised auto ship ensures that your criteria are met. Failure to meet these criteria will result in a red flush at the end of the first quarter. There is one other way, and that is by not completing your Form 1000. If a commission has not been earned within the first quarter, the first quarter grace period no longer applies. Your monthly accrual option criteria may change. Consult with senior partners and the career manual. This is a time-sensitive manual. This happened to me. I started my business on April 12th. My first commission check was completed. I believe the date was Friday, May 6th. And so the commission was set to be paid 2 weeks later than that, which would be Friday, May 20th. I needed to have a transfer by, but didn't know it. My sponsor had quit, and her upline wasn't paying attention, and I lost all my BV. Now, luckily, the company made an exception, and they fixed it for me. But yeah, there's nothing worse than that feeling of seeing all your BV gone. So if you are a diehard like I was, and you cut a check that fast, I need to know, and we need to make sure that you get because it happened to somebody else, but we made sure that they got their transfer buy-in, because it has happened to another person on the team, I can't remember who, where they cut their first commission check very, very quickly. And so then we know we got to make sure that a transfer buy is set up. And I even call the company to make sure that we do it right. Green flush is a good flush. Your banks reset to zero because you accumulated 5,000 BV or IBV in the left and right banks of that business development center and received the $600 commission. I do this regularly, pretty much a couple times, 3, sometimes 4 times a month. Okay. So that is a good, my goal is to be doing that weekly before the end of the year. There's potential for a weekly green flush. BV and IBV green flush independently of one another only affects the BDC green flushing, does not reset other personal BDC banks. Red flush, which is bad, all personal BDC banks reset to zero because you did not exercise the monthly accrual option, BV or IBV. Correctly enrolling in Unfranchise auto ship will prevent red flushes. Do not place reasons you did not place 50, 100, or 150 BV in your BDC monthly. Did not place 10, 20, 30 IBV in your 001. Did not purchase your monthly UFMS, and I can't read what that says, will affect, BV and IBV. Okay. No commission earned. You reset to zero. You can potentially red flush monthly. Does not affect qualification. Does not affect senior business partners or BV or IBV. All personal BDC banks red flush 001, 002 reflected in reports. So let's give an example. You're in your second quarter of your business. You get your auto ship completed the first month of that quarter. The second month, you don't. Okay? So that second month, if you don't, then you lose all of your volume, but the rest of us don't. Just you do. Now, if you don't make that up before the end of the quarter and hit the 150 BV you need to quarterly, then you're going to red flush and you're going to purge, and everybody's going to lose the BV. It's reflected in the reports 12 days later. So people will look at the report and they'll be like, no, Mira, I didn't flush. I didn't purge. Yes, you did. But if you came to training, if you were on calls, you would know that. Qualified, active, independent, unfranchised owner. There are 3 requirements to remain qualified and active. Number 1 is the Form 1000 on file for your 001. That's minimum of 2 retail receipts totaling 200 in sales. Submit your Form 1000 every quarter by 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, you've heard me say 7 p.m., and I'm going to stick to 7 p.m., right? In fact, I'm going to try and make sure you got it done 2 weeks before that. Because I know what people do. They say, oh, I'm going to get it done, and then they don't. So the best way to not have to deal with it is to have customers who buy from you regularly. Like generally, my Form 1000 is completed within the same day that my quarter starts, or definitely within the first week. Okay. Get your Form 1000 done as soon as possible in the quarter. Then you don't have to worry about it. So do your online parties at the beginning of your quarter. Make sure you're actively selling at the beginning of your quarter, then you ain't got to worry about it. You'll actually be selling all the time to generate volume, but that's another story. All right. Must be received by Market America at 1:59 Eastern if done with paper forms. Who does paper in 2016? Online sales may only be made at Market America websites. Once 2 online receipts totaling 200 are generated, the quarterly Form 1000 will automatically submit. Then remember I just said that 150 quarterly personal volume in any personal BDCs does not change with unfranchised level. Successful monthly accrual option satisfies this requirement. So what they just said, if you do your unfranchised auto ship every month, then you're going to automatically hit your quarterly requirements. If you're going for base 10-7 strong, you're going to automatically hit your requirements. Basically, the only way to fail in this business is to not do what you're supposed to do. Again, if it is to be, it is up to me. Annually, your current subscription, your renewal is required each year by the end of the start month. $99.95 for UFOs, $129.95 for health professionals and HP1s, no fee for sales representatives. Unfranchised owners must pay their own annual renewal fee. I cannot pay it for you. Annual renewal fees are non-refundable. So you can see it can be completed anytime in the quarter. A warning email is sent 30 days prior to the end of the quarter if requirement not met. So when people tell me they didn't know, I'm like, are you not checking your email? Because the company does everything, including now you can get text alerts to let you know if for some reason, because things do happen. I have a debit card. I get debit card fraud at least once, twice a year now. And so, if you don't change the card, things do happen. Sometimes there's system glitches, things happen. That's why they have alerts for you to know. But it's getting to be too much. I can't babysit everybody's stuff. If customers purchase via Market America websites or if sales receipts are manually entered online, then an email will be sent confirming automatic Form 1000 completion with sufficient purchases have been made in the quarter. You guys need to be taking a snapshot of that and posting it in the team group on Facebook. And then you'll see that green requirement met under Form 1000. Here is where I was saying, your quarter right there, 7/4 to 10/9 is the quarter. Okay. After receiving email confirmation of automatic Form 1000 completion, verify Form 1000 requirement is met. So go in and manually look. Okay. Here's where you go for your annual renewal. If not opted in, submit paper annual renewal form during start month. And I always suggest anytime you send something to corporate, send it with a tracker. Be able to track it so you know who signed for it, when, and at what time. Purge. BV and IBV totals on the left and right reset to 0. In all personal BDCs, no commission is earned. Potential quarterly, Friday, the last day of quarter, and annually, end of start month. Group BV and IBV in all personal BDCs resets to 0. Personal BV and IBV in all personal BDCs reset to 0. All personal volume BV, IBV placed in personal BDCs is removed from senior partner banks where it accumulates as group volume unless it has flush. The unfranchised owner becomes unqualified, inactive, may affect your sponsor's activation. So guys, what you're doing, because remember, we build in depth 100% of 100%. The downside to that is it's like algebra. What you do on one side, you got to do to the other, right? So if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, it impacts other people. And other people aren't where I am, where I'm green flushing pretty regularly. So sometimes when you're purging, it doesn't impact me. But because it's impacting other people is why I'm reaching out to you, because I feel responsible to them and their paycheck to make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, what you signed up for. And you told me that you understood and would do before we hit that register button. It's reflected in reports 12 days following purge. If purge is due to non-renewal, access the unfranchised business account is suspended. So if you can't log into your unfranchised, that's a problem. You need to call and you need to get it fixed. Because I'm not calling for people anymore. What I'm telling you to do is you got to call. Because I can't run your business and mine. Reasons for purge. Not having a current UFO owner sales report from 1000 on file. Not placing 150 BV quarterly in any of your personal BDCs, 001, 002, 003, etc. Not having a current subscription or annual renewal. What to do after a purge. Requalify any personal BDCs, typically 001 first with 200 BV to accrue volume and count towards activation. Submit a new Form 1000 for any BDCs to be eligible to earn commissions. If purged for non-renewal, submit paper application with late renewal selected, $129.95, requalify with 200 BV, submit your Form 1000, and a new Q date will be assigned. Requalify within 270 days to maintain current genealogy location. So again, Tanisha had K placed up under her. Now when she came back, she went to the bottom of K's organization. Do you know the difference in earning potential when you do that? So things happen. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do, but just know what your options are. And if you ever question it, this presentation is always on unfranchisetraining.com, and you can always call Unfranchise Owner Services so you can make the best educated decision. So notifications, you can go in, and I urge everybody to go in and set up your text messages. If your people are falling off, I hope you're taking good notes so that you can follow up with them, okay? I know we didn't let people know ahead of time that this would be a longer one, but it's like going to an online class, an in-person class. You want to be able to stay until the end. But I know we didn't go through all of that up front, but so much has been happening. We needed to do this tonight, okay? So you can select your notifications. Step 4, activate. Personally sponsor and partner and place one qualified unfranchised owner in your left and right organizations in order to be eligible to earn commissions. All UFOs start with 3 business development centers not shown on all diagrams. Once a BDC is activated, it is eligible to earn commissions. Okay? Now, how did I cut a check so fast? I qualified and activated very, very quickly. And that was because I showed the plan. So, sponsoring strategy. Your first personally sponsored UFO you place on your common leg. You activate by sponsoring on the opposite side. Now, if you have 2 sisters, 2 best friends, you do not put them on opposite legs because they need to be able to work together, okay? And sometimes as leaders, we have to do what's best for our people and not for ourselves, okay? So you put your first personally sponsored on your common leg. Here it is. Recommended that groups, family members, co-workers, close friends, etc., be placed on the same leg to foster teamwork and minimize competition. Do not give away personal sponsorship. I cannot build 2 legs for you. So if I place somebody, say, for example, on Michelle's inside leg, if I sponsor and put them there, I'm now working 3 legs. And that is a quick way to die in this business. Okay, it's designed to only be building two legs. Okay, and so if I give that sponsorship to Michelle, so then I don't have to worry about building the 3 legs, but then she quits, which she's not, I then can't place volume into that person, and now I got to figure out, now I might be building 3 legs again. So don't give away personal sponsorship, and there's just no value in free. To count for activation, personally sponsored UFOs must be qualified. I'm missing my shows tonight. Sponsorship versus placement. You personally sponsored Mark, Kate, and Matt. Although Matt is personally sponsored by you, his placement is on the left side of Dr. Jones Business Development Centers. All UFOs start with 3 BDCs, not shown on all diagrams. Volume placement strategy before activation. If you reach 1,200 and 1,200 before activation, that commission is forfeited. I know I've said this a million times, and I know there's a lot of information. Please, please remember that, because we've had this happen to people where they forfeit their first check. You will lose that commission if you get too much on your inside leg, okay? So if you have no BV or accrual limit on your common leg, what is this slide saying? So basically, on your inside leg, your non-common leg, don't let that BV get to more than 900, is what I'm telling you. You're better off to let it all go on your common leg. Because if that inside leg gets to 1,200 and 1,200, before you've put somebody on both legs, you'll lose your first check. Recommend volume accrual on the side where you have not personally sponsored is no more than 800 to 1,000. Okay? Ideally 900, because as soon as you put that person there, that second person, you're going to cut a check. Teach, manage, and support others. In this slide, gray indicates your personally sponsored unfranchised owner. Okay, so objectives for new unfranchised owners. Use and sell the products. Create a customer base and cash flow. Attend trainings and sell tickets. That's education. Use and promote the shop and annuity and work toward SABP qualification. Share the business. Personally sponsor and help to activate. Build an organization in volume with a team of other franchise earners to earn 300 or more in monthly commissions. That's why we meet every Monday, y'all. Commissions. Unfranchised owners are paid as a result of products moving to end customers. UFOs, customers, your sales organization. An unfranchised owner must be qualified, active, and activated to be eligible to earn any commissions. Commissions are compensation earned for accrued BV and IBV in activated business development centers. Email notifications sent, direct deposited 2 weeks after the Friday when they are earned. Our tracking system searches daily to infinity. The system tracks purchases and sales made by you, your customers, and your team. You receive 100% credit for all of the volume generated within your organization. You earn retail profit for your personal sales and 100% of all the volume generated within your organization. How commissions are earned? Well, for BV and IBV is the same. When you get $1,200 on your right and $1,200 on your left and $1,200 on your right, it's $300. $2,400 and $2,400 is another $300. 36 and 36 is 300. And then when you hit 5,000 and 5,000, it's 600. And you can do it all in 1 week, okay? So you can last week have hit 1,200 and 1,200, and this week get to 36 and 36, you will get 600 for that week, okay? Not just 3. When exercising the monthly accrual option, BV can accrue up to 365 days, and IBV can accrue up to 730 days. The weekly potential is $3,000 per business development center. Commission forfeit, accruing enough volume on the left and right of a BDC to meet a given payout increment, GBV or GIBV amounts, and not receiving the commission. Okay, so that happens if you let too much volume go on your non-common leg, your inside leg. I like to call it the money leg. Okay. You don't let that get more than 800 or 900. I wouldn't even play with 1,000. Let it get to 800 or 900, and then you need to make it all back to your common leg. Reasons for commission forfeit: not having 2 personally sponsored qualified unfranchised owners, one on the left and one on the right when reaching a payout increment. Example, reaching 1,200 on the left and 1,200 on the right before becoming activated. Other reasons for commission forfeit: not completing the required forms, 925 and 1001 28-day commission holds allows for a commission, not completing the 3 required trainings, NUOT B5 and ECCT, 28-day commission holds allows for commission. So there are some cases where they will hold it, but only for 28 days. So the clock starts ticking. Recommend completing all 3 trainings as soon as possible. As soon as possible. Find training in your area and get to it. How management bonuses are earned. Each time you and any BDC in your left and right sales organization, they don't have to be personally sponsored by you, completes the BV commission cycle in the same week, you receive a management bonus of $600. So in this case, you and Mark and Anna and Ben all clear through 5,000 and 5,000. That's a $600 bonus, making your weekly potential $3,600 per business development center. Open additional business development centers. That's called a re-entry and allows you to earn more income. It's earned when commission is paid the first time for reaching 5,000 and 5,000. Only awarded once per BDC and does not expire. Must be placed according to policy and qualified with 200 BV. No additional monthly accrual option criteria, and no additional quarterly Form 1000 requirements. Consult with your senior partner before placing. Recommended strategies: do not develop more than 2 organizations, legs, at the same time. Build only 2 organizations, legs, in depth at one time. Do not give away personal sponsorship. There's an audio, ding, 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 on your Unfranchised Media app. There is an audio with Jim Winkler and I believe Olivia Lee called the 7 no-nos. That's what we're going through here. Continue to sponsor and place people below your current team. Do not place personally sponsored business partners on both sides of a UFO in your organization. Support the leaders in your organization with coaching and mentoring. Do not initially qualify a BDC for anyone. Pay for their registration. Conduct wellness 101, etc. to help prospects create customers and retail profit to qualify their business. Do not expect BV and or UFO placement from business partners. Retail, recruit, and place UFOs in volume at the bottom of your organization. All right, so levels. Coordinator, an unfranchised owner who has earned at least the first commission, $300. Submit Form 925 and 1001 Executive Coordinator Agreements. Both of these forms are part of the online unfranchised registration, have typically already been completed. Confirm on the unfranchised owner qualification report, and your monthly accrual option criteria increases to 100 BV. Executive Coordinator, an unfranchised owner who has earned the final $600 commission for accruing a minimum of 5,000 GBV on both left and right. Attend Executive Coordinator ECCT training within 28 days of earning the $600 commission. Prereqs for the ECT are attendance completion of NUOT and a basic 5, and your monthly accrual option criteria increases to 150 BV and never goes higher than that. Master Coordinator, an unfranchised owner who has earned a $600 management bonus, now making their potential $3,600 per week per BDC. All unfranchised owners levels higher than Master Coordinator are based on commissions and bonuses earned from the MPCP in 4 consecutive weeks. Recognition statement of income earned has earned a minimum of blank in 4 consecutive weeks. Income should not be stated except as published by Market America. I personally don't get into that. Number one, I'm all about my safety on social media, and I have people in my life that I care about, and I don't want some fool here in Milwaukee thinking they can kidnap or kill one of us for ransom. So I really don't get into income on social media. I just don't. I don't. Number one, for security reasons as a female, I don't. But here are all the unfranchised levels. I know other people in the company, they get off on that. I personally don't. And you will notice at locals in that, a lot of time I don't even stand, because I don't want people on social media telling my business for me about how much money I make or don't make in the business. Is really nobody's business. So I really don't get off into that. The unfranchised business, screenshot this. These are the key points. Number one, we've got a fast start program, $399. You will automatically be qualified. The ability to earn immediate retail profits and cash back. Volume accrual for 365 days. 100% credit for all volume and people placement, and unlimited income potential through additional business development centers. NUOT review questions. What is needed in order to log into the unfranchised business account? Anybody care to answer that, please? What is needed in order to log into the unfranchised business account? If somebody can put that in the chat. Somebody talking? Email. What is another option, Michelle? I can unmute everybody too. Rep ID, that is correct. Cassandra said Rep ID as well. Okay. Rep ID, email, and password. What are the 3 required trainings? What are the 3 required trainings? B5, says Michelle. What are the other 2? One of them's on the slide. Hint. NUOT, yep. And the third one? ECCT. Great job, Cass. What is the difference between a sales rep and an unfranchised owner? And I've unmuted everybody, so you guys should be able to talk too. You can talk.
The sales rep can't participate in the commission plan.
Exactly. And what does that mean, Michelle?
They ain't making money. I mean, they are, but
There's no
they
leverage.
yeah, there's no leverage, and they flush at the end of every month.
Yes. UFOs pay the subscription fee and can participate in the MPCP and earn commissions and bonuses. How do you qualify a BDC? How do you qualify a business development center?
By getting your two personally sponsored.
Nope, that's activation.
Oh, activation. Qualify. Oh, then that's ordering your product, your Fast Start Kit, or what is it, 300 BV?
200 BV says, Cassandra. Where does it go though? It has to go a certain place.
Yeah, 001.
Mm-hmm. 001, correct. Cass, you can talk. I think I took everybody off mute. I'm eating. Okay. Place 200 BV into that BDC. Typically 001 is qualified first. What occurs on the Friday following the Q date each month? Oops, I gave the answer. I'm sorry. Monthly accrual option criteria are due. What occurs on the Friday at the end of each UFO quarter? Form 1000, 200 in retail sales, and 150 PBV are due. Okay? So we got to remember that. What occurs in the start month each year? Each year. What?
Monthly renewal. I mean, the yearly renewal.
Annual renewal for a UFO is $99.95, and it's best to enroll in auto renewal. What does it mean to be activated?
You have your two personally sponsored.
Where?
One on your 002, one on your 003.
One on your left and one on your right. Personally sponsored and maintained, one qualified UFO in your left and right organizations. What are the requirements to earn commissions? Be activated and then reach accumulated pay levels, 1,200 and 1,200. So it's an easier answer than we probably thought, right? Where do you find the training modules? Online training can be found in the Unfranchise business account under Help and Training. PowerPoints and other files can be found at unfranchisetraining.com. All right, so the next event is World Conference. That is Unfranchise Owner Training. I will do my best to get this recording up and available on YouTube. I know some people had to leave early. Again, like I said, I apologize. And because I forgot how long this training is, that it would take us outside of our normal, 30 to 45 minutes that I like to do. So, but I did feel it was really important and something that we needed to do now versus later. Just because, we want to make sure people, my number one thing is I don't want you having to spend money on BV that's not going to get you commission after you've started. So, all right. Any other questions, y'all?
I do. I have one. You mentioned about the quads, the PDF. Which one is the one that comes with the quad when the customer purchases it?
It doesn't actually come with. You as their customer manager have to know that they've ordered it, and you either print it out and mail it to them or hand it to them, or you email it to them from the back office. Okay. That's marketing. That's that one-to-one marketing. So thank you for clarifying that. asking that so that I could clarify that. It does not actually come with it, but that's my marketing language, is it comes with, because I'm going to print it out and mail it to them and hand it to them, or mail it to them and I'm going to email it to them when they buy it.
Okay. So you send them this, and then you send them this one too, or no?
Yes. Yes.
Both of them.
Yes. So that first one is the one I was saying you can use as a lead magnet to get them registered. If you want to, you don't have to. As you notice, I'm not doing that. I use the Get the Look library instead, but you could use that one. What I see is people just throwing it up on social media. And to me, that's lost opportunity, because you could be getting their information and getting them registered as a preferred customer so that you can email them. You have their phone number. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. So I just wanted to make sure I knew which one you were talking about. That's why
so that first one that breaks down the colors only, that's the one I would use as a lead magnet.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
And then the second one, if that's what you want to do, that's the one that, from my perspective, that's what I would do. And then the one that comes with it is the one that actually has faces.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else?
So I have a question. You mentioned earlier about like sending the links on a message, like our link to our web page or whatever. So because I have like I send it to like a few people, but I just make sure I like let them know like not to order on there, just to let me know. So they want to look at what we have.
Yes.
So, and I made it very clear, I do not like order online. Just let me know what you want, and I'll place the order for you. Does that work, or should we just not?
Here's honestly what I would do is I would say, okay, you want to look around, that's great. Let me register you so that I am definitely your assigned customer manager. And then when you're ready to order, let me know. I will place everything in your cart for you. And all you have to do is log in and complete your shipping information and your card information.
Okay, perfect.
Good question. Anybody else? All right, I definitely don't want to keep you guys any longer. I really appreciate you. I see Susanna's still on by phone all the way from the East Coast where it's midnight. So thank you guys. It means so much to me that you're willing to invest this time in your business and learning how to do it the right way. I do, like I said, understand people had to get off early because I forgot that this is a lengthy training, but it was important and it is recorded. And we'll be doing it again. And what we're going to do next time, I'm not doing all this talking. I need some aloe right now for my throat. Y'all going to help me present this. So download those slides, watch the replay when I get it up, and really learn it so that you can teach it. Remember, the person at the front of the room with the marker, the person on this side of the screen presenting everything is the person making the most money. So the faster you can be the one presenting and holding the marker, the more money you're going to be making, okay? All right, I appreciate and love all you guys. Our team is doing awesome. I am so excited for the next few months with the holidays. That's why I want to get this stuff out of the way so we can talk about that stuff that I love, which is marketing and making money during this time when people are definitely in a buying mode. But number one thing, until we get to that, do what you see me doing on social media, and you will make money. All right? Talk to you guys later. Thanks again, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you. Bye-bye.